Hi guys, Happy New Year. In this pick a card reading, let's do a love letter from your soulmate. There are three groups to choose from. Group 1 is the Aragonite, along with this letter. Group 2 is the Aventurine, along with this letter. And group 3 is the Amethyst, along with this letter. Up next is a close-up photo of the crystals, and I will see you in just a minute for the reading. Hi, Group 1. You chose the Aragonite, along with this letter, which I'll read in just a minute. Let's do a quick energy check on your soulmate, see what's going on with them, and then I'll get into the channeled letter, follow that up with some standalone message cards, and close the reading out with some initials. Okay, so we've got the World, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ten of Wands, Two of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. So it feels like your soulmate has wrapped up a pretty significant cycle in their life recently. This may have been like a New Year's resolution to kind of turn over a new leaf. It feels like it has something to do with a substantial step forward that they need to take. Like they've closed a door to something, and the next phase for them is putting themselves out there more. This can be somebody who's getting ready to confess their feelings for you, or start to show up in a different way in the connection than they have before. Something about like a fear of rejection has kind of kept them holding back up to this point. This can also be something where they are starting to press forward towards different goals for themselves, like bigger long-term plans that have been in the works behind the scenes, that it feels like will give this person a sense of personal satisfaction, material success, feeling really good about what they are doing with their time, very excited about the life that they are living, which may free up some more time for them to explore creatively what's possible in terms of different ways you can spend time with one another. Or if this is somebody that is still making their way into your life, like if you haven't met them yet, this can definitely signal someone that has focused on a change that they want to take place in their personal narrative arc, and they have now done something or completed a series of steps or things that is making that alteration, that change, that shift possible. It's not just something on a vision board. It's not just something that they're setting the intentions for. It's not just something they're trying to align with energetically speaking. This is something where they've done all that behind the scenes work. They've put themselves out there. Maybe this can involve, a different kind of position as far as their career, something professional, things that they've had to like walk away from, limiting beliefs, fears of kind of like rejection or being seen as who they are, like fighting their own kind of inner critic or worst case scenarios about what it would mean to make some kind of a drastic shift in their reality that aligns more with who they are as a person or what they really want to experience or build or achieve in the here and now, that it feels like will bring them into a place of it's just a matter of time then before the two of you collide with one another in the material world. So this may be something where this is somebody that's getting ready to relocate, geographically speaking. They've gotten that better job. They've gotten that acceptance, offer or that invitation. This can be somebody that's found, the place that they're moving to. They're packing up the boxes. They're packing up their bags, and this may be something where they are now in the process of like, okay, this isn't just something that I want, but it's an accessible reality. So this is somebody that is very proactive about like taking steps forward in their life. They followed their heart. They followed some kind of like higher guidance or higher calling. And so it feels like they're starting off the new year with a very like a proactive kind of approach to things, a can-do attitude, a lot of optimism. They left behind a lot of fears last year. And so there's a sense that this isn't just somebody that's saying to themselves, it's going to be my year, and then it all falls apart. Like there's a lot of reasons for them to think things are looking up for them because they've actually manifested something in the material world that supports that claim or that desire within them. If this is someone that's in your life currently, you know, this is something where they've been working on a lot of those fears, the fears of being seen for who they are, fears of, you know, the long-term potential between the two of you, fears of investing more fully in the connection with you only to have it fall apart. It's like they've vanquished those fears within them, and they're getting ready to make some kind of a confession, profess their feelings, profess their love, give you some kind of token of affection or something that is more than, you know, if there's been uncertainty here or they've had a hard time kind of communicating their feelings, this is the sense of you're getting ready to see a lot more effort on this person's part that's going to make it very clear for you they want to fight for this connection. They want to make a way forward for the two of you. They don't want to lose the opportunity with you. They don't want this chance to like slip through their fingers. And so again, if this is somebody that's in your life currently or someone that you are going to meet, probably likely within the next year with this world card here, so 2026 may be, you know, the time where love comes in for you. You and your soulmate are aligned. There's a sense of all that really needs to take place now is just going through the motions of, you know, one day to the next, and you're coming into closer contact, into closer union with one another, into a deepening of your bond with one another. And this is someone who's taking charge in that capacity. They're no longer waiting on divine timing, but they've kind of taken the situation under their control. They've taken matters into their own hands, and there's a sense of like, I don't want to wait for a way to be shown. I'm going to make a way forward. I'm going to make a way for this love to come more into full bloom, or I'm going to make a way forward for myself out of situations that I know don't serve me, and I'm moving forward towards those opportunities I've created with enthusiasm, which it feels like puts them in the direct path and the direct alignment, like the changes that they've made or are making in their life. It brings them into your orbit, it brings them into your environment, it brings them into your world so that this love story can begin. So let's see what they want you to know from their higher self. I feel you becoming real. I feel the reality of us breaking through my misconception that I was simply too complicated of a person to ever truly be loved. Moments stretch into infinite possibilities when I drink deeply of your essence. With you, I don't feel confined to my station in life, but I see that evolution is possible beyond the narrow path I have been walking. I factor you into my decisions now. I want to make sure that when I am making choices for myself, that they will breed comfort and peace for you as well. Your love is a doorway to a level of luxury I had been window shopping for, but always felt too poor in spirit to be able to afford. Thank you for making me aware of the wealth of my own presence, and for assuring me that I don't have to foot the bill of showering with compliments and affection upon the one I love all alone, just to keep our romance sparkling, most especially when the world around us has gone cold and dark. You are the light that remains when my smile has temporarily burned out. You are the light that draws my eyes upward towards better days ahead with you. So let's see what else your soulmate wants you to know right now. Okay, we have you're so different, but that's why I love you. I'm not used to a connection like this, so I run. I've been astral projecting to you. I've been feeling your presence around me. I don't want to hide this connection anymore. And I have a gift for you. These initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got R, A, I, O, E, W, F, Y, U, U, L, C, T, R, N, Y, and M. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you would like a personal reading or your own personalized channeled love letter, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another video. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 2. You chose the Aventurine, along with this letter, which I'll read in just a minute. I want to start by doing a quick energy check on your soulmate, see what's going on with them right now, and then I'll read the channeled letter, follow that up with some standalone message cards, and close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Tower, the Five of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, Nine of Cups, the Hermit, and Justice. So this is the energy of somebody that is in regret at walking away from you in the past, or not following their heart as far as this connection is concerned, which, even if this is someone that's still in your reality right now, or someone that you're dating, someone that you're getting to know, it's almost like they haven't trusted their gut instinct to fully kind of surrender to the process of this connection. It feels like the feelings that they have for you have come on suddenly and very strong, and this has caused them to panic in some sort of way, kind of feeling like, is this too good to be true? Is there something that is cautioning me about proceeding forward that I'm not seeing because I'm all caught up in my feelings? There's a lot of love here that this person has for you, and so it feels like they might have taken a step back in order to reflect on these things, or to try to get their bearings, or a sense of kind of like the way in which this is all unfolding. This can be like a love at first sight situation where they've come to mistrust the idea of that. Either something in the past similar to that kind of led to their demise, or led to their downfall emotionally, or created a lot of wreckage for them in their life. So this is somebody that's operating in the energy of like once bitten, twice shy. Here you've come into their life, into their reality. It's like, okay, I'm feeling this surge of feelings, but I don't want to get kind of like mixed up or entangled in something that is just going to lead me astray again. This may also be something where they've never experienced love at first sight. They're used to having to like build a relationship slowly. They're used to, having there be a limit as far as how they're understood, how they're received, how they are respected, the role they've had to take, or that, instinctually kind of comes about in other connections. And there's a sense of like, with you, everything's different. There's this surge of empowerment. There's a sense of like, I belong with you, but I've only known you for a short amount of time, or I feel a sense of belonging with you. And then I struggle to kind of like reconcile that with the identity that I've had before, or the role in which I've had to take in loving partnerships before, that in some sort of way there's like, there's a very positive difference in how they're kind of motivated to move forward in this situation, but it's almost like their ego is kind of like fearing the unknown. Like, is this too good to be true? Is this something where, you know, I'm gonna like let you down in the long-term sense because I'm operating in the dark? I don't have a map for the territory we are entering into, or the emotions that have come on within me. And so there's a sense of, they don't want to like let you down or disappoint you, but then the paradox is they may have created a lot of confusion with you if they've, you know, kind of gone you know, quiet in this connection, or this is somebody that's like run hot and cold. They are very aware that there's a sense of like, this has created a lot of confusion for you. They feel the moment slipping away. They feel that there's like tension that is added to the situation that's coming from their side of the equation. This person may be, you know, kind of a control freak almost, and it's a sense of like, these feelings are very overwhelming and there's no choice but to just surrender and go with the flow of that. So they're kind of like wrestling with that inside of themselves, and like, I need to get on top of this so I don't miss the opportunity, so I don't trick myself out of my own spot by your side. There's something where they want to like provide you with an awareness of like a different side of them, that like every step that they take forward in the direction of kind of like, I keep returning to the heart space, I keep kind of like tensing up and then softening into this place of like, yeah, but I love her, yeah, but I love him, and even though this is out of the ordinary, it's out of the bounds of what I've experienced before, it feels right for unexplainable reasons, for reasons that defy logic. This feels right. And so there's a sense that like every step forward that they take in that progression, you know, as far as sort of like returning to the heart space, returning, you know, to that place where they're ready to have communication with you, or they're open and receptive to, you know, the energetic exchange between the two of you, or the things that you have to offer romantically. There's a sense of like not just wanting to make up for lost time in some sort of way, but to really kind of do something or provide something that gives you some kind of context as far as their motivations. This may be somebody who's getting ready to be very open and honest in a way that kind of frightens them. Like they're getting ready to show you their vulnerability, and it's kind of like, okay, here's the soft spot within me, and I pray that this is something where you know, you're not taking advantage of that. I pray that you're not like going to see this kindness or this kind of like this part of me which is frightened as a source of weakness. There's someone who feels like their heart is in safekeeping with you, but they've never given of themselves in this way to another person, or if they have in the past, it's ended in loss. And so this is somebody that it's almost like they may have developed quite a shell around their heart, quite a wall around their heart, and you've been able to kind of seep through the cracks of that somehow. And so there's a sense of like a big leap of faith that they're taking by kind of like letting that armor down in some sort of way and inviting you in to kind of what they perceive as messiness within, but that you might find to be really kind of like endearing or qualities of this person. It's like their authenticity. It's like a level of humbleness inside of them that they have been taught to kind of push away into the shadow, but that is wanting to kind of come forth and be shown to you, which is making them feel very uncertain, because it may be that they've had to kind of take a very stoic approach as far as romance is concerned. They've had to kind of keep their emotions in check. They've had to always kind of sleep with one eye open in connections with other people, or that was kind of the wound as a result of past betrayals. And yet with you, there's a sense of like, I feel like I can relax in your presence. I feel like I don't need to be kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out of this situation. And so this is somebody that's gradually trying to like unclench themselves to the idea of like, it doesn't have to be perfect every day. We just have to keep showing up and trying with one another. So let's see what they want you to know from their higher self. Let's continue to find one another across time. I feel like my heart has repeated that quote to you in many different forms, each time with more conscious awareness that human love can touch upon the realm of unconditional things. My environment is urging me forward towards you. The days are generous with surprise blessings when I open my heart and mind to you completely. As much as it hurts, I find myself closing off energetically when I'm surrounded by toxic vibrations because I don't want that dissonance to find its way to you through me psychically and to interrupt the warm hum of the core of your soul, which is my Shangri-La upon this rough plane of reality. I want to wrap you up in my love. I want to lend you my strength, although I know you can stand on your own 2 feet, because you are one of the strongest people I have ever known. I feel less alone in this crazy maze of life, knowing that you are here now with me, doing your best to make it through the day as I am, and this is the greatest reassurance to me that we are right for each other than any promise of loyalty exchanged in words would provide. I feel seen when I see myself through your eyes. Your heart truly is my home. So let's see what else your soulmate wants you to know right now. And they say, I've been hurting without you. You have no idea. I've been receiving your telepathic messages. When we first met, I just had this feeling about you. I love you. I know we are being spiritually guided. And I'm situating this karmic situation. These initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We got C, M, F, E, V, U, A, Z, H, Y, K, I, S, B, T, and W. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you would like a personal reading or your own personalized channeled love letter, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another video. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. Chose the Amethyst along with this letter, which I'll read in just a minute. I'm going to start with a quick energy check on your soulmate, see what's going on with them, and then I'll read the letter and get into some standalone message cards, and then close the reading out with some initials. We have the Fool, the Chariot, Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Two of Wands. So this is the energy of somebody that wants to I'm hearing merge souls, like they want to merge souls with you. You feel like that missing piece. You feel like that yin to their yang. It's somebody that feels very excited about the future when they are in your presence, and they may have some kind of like big idea, big plans that they want to bring you in on. They want to, kind of inform you what they've got going on in their life in terms of goals that you might not have been aware of, or that they had kind of just casually suggested. This kind of speaks to the energy of somebody that might start to kind of talk about, instead of like I and me, they're talking about we and us. So this could be something where they're getting ready to ask you to move in with them, planning a vacation further down the road, which lets you know, hey, this person's not just here for a season, but they want something more long term with me and with this connection. This may be something as well where they want to kind of bring you in closer to their world or to their reality, bring you home to meet the parents, bring you, around their friend group to kind of go more public about this connection in some way, or a desire to like claim you fully, so that there's no question, there's no confusion that like, yeah, you two are an item. Yes, you are seeing one another. Love is in the air, or love has blossomed. This is somebody that it feels like they really admire the way in which you have shown them a different way to like show up for another person in terms of like support, companionship, love, affection. This may be somebody who has watched you kind of like showing up for other people in your life, and it has opened something up within their heart space where they find your compassion very endearing. They see you having all the qualities of like the person that they would want to marry, that they'd want to make their wife, that they want to make their husband. And there's a sense that like you're the right kind of energy, you're the right kind of person, you have the right kind of mindset for influences, attitudes, energy, people that they want to bring in closer to their life, as opposed to kind of push away. And so there's a sense that they might, with the Seven of Swords, they might have been kind of like sneaky in terms of like planning something behind the scenes. They've been sort of vague, they've been elusive. They may have sort of been like, I need to take care of some things, but I can't tell you what that is. And there's a sense of they've watched the way in which you haven't kind of like gone towards the worst case scenario. You've just been able to go with the flow of that. You've respected their privacy. You've given this person their space. Little do you know, though, that something that they've been working on, it kind of involves like inviting you to be a participant. It in some sort of way pertains to like this connection, or it's something that it's kind of like, okay, now it's at the place of being up and running enough where they can kind of loop you in on what that is, or they're ready to kind of, demonstrate to you that certain things that they had to kind of work on that they couldn't explain. This might have even just been like, emotional kind of things, sort of breaking down beliefs that they had about kind of the person that they were seeking, what that kind of ideal loving partnership would look like, that you've turned those ideas upside down. You've shown them like a different sort of way that it feels like has fast track them along some kind of plan that they had, maybe for the progression of this connection, or sort of like, okay, let me get things, right within my career, right within something that I'm working on in the material world, and then I'll look for love. So this might have been something where they were kind of like casually dating you, or, just trying to be very much in the moment, but you've really let this person know that it's like, this is not the type of situation to kind of save for later, to put on the back burner. And so it's kind of like, okay, the item on their list of priorities in terms of that deep loving partnership, they've met their match with you. They've met the person that they want long-term commitment with. And so this is somebody who is not like deciding between like, okay, do I need to focus on career, or, can I show up fully in this partnership in a loving and romantic way as well? Like it's an either or sort of thing. They want it both. They want it all, and they see that that's possible with you. So again, this is somebody that is wanting to advance this connection forward. They're wanting to start a new cycle with you. They're wanting to kind of let you know about certain things, kind of give you this sort of token of trust, maybe even telling you about things they've been working on behind the scenes, something that can, change their financial situation, that may even involve kind of opportunities moving forward, that it's like, hey, if I get this promotion that takes me to the other side of the country, hey, if I'm able to like get my business up and running, and then I'll be doing something else professionally, you know, and I might have to move, or I might have to be working longer hours, or it might just change kind of like what my day-to-day reality looks like. Are you okay with that? Are you on board with that? It's somebody that doesn't necessarily want to ask you to kind of leave certain things behind, if that doesn't kind of equate with what feels right with you. But this is something where it's like, if I am having to advance or move forward in my life or within my career, I want to bring you with me. I want to include you in that. Or it may be that they've had that sort of advancement, and so now is the time to kind of share that with you in some sort of way, as a gesture of trust, as a token of affection, something where they may even like not share certain things ordinarily with other people, kind of like the inner workings of either their inner world or something that they've been working on. But it's like you've earned their trust just by being yourself, just by showing up in a very genuine manner, or just for who you are as a person, regardless of like how you've shown up in this connection. It's a sense of like, they see you as a trustworthy individual. They see you as somebody of high integrity, high value. You know your worth. You have high standards. You hold yourself to a high standard, and what you allow into your life is also high value. And so there's a sense of kind of like, they are safe with you. It's safe to invest with you, or it's advantageous to kind of do what they need to do in order to create more of a bond between the two of you. So this is somebody, it feels like, again, that's like getting ready to present you, or provide you with something that gives you more context as far as like who they are as a person, what they're working toward in the long-term sense, and also where they factor you into that equation. So let's see what they want you to know right now from their higher self. I have wished upon many falling stars to meet someone like you. I keep my gratitude for you secreted away, because until we make things permanent between us, I don't want to risk getting too ahead of myself in a dreamy sort of way, and missing some of the practical steps I need to complete in order to be able to provide you with the life you have been hoping to live completely. I have cut out so many distractions in this last cycle of my life, and I am determined to allow this deep compulsion to keep my ego in check, as I allow my heart to determine the course forward for us, to be the guiding principle in the next steps we will take together. You inspire me to appreciate what is here now, and to make the most of each precious moment we have been gifted with one another. Aside from this love story, nothing romantically catches my attention. I am not interested in other options. The grass has always been greenest with you. What you mean to me surpasses the definition of value. I am leaning into my capacity for patience as your heart and mine learn to trust in this unbreakable bond we have fully. Thank you for not giving up on me, and for sharing all the love you have to give and more. So let's see what else your soulmate wants you to know right now. We have I'm speaking through songs. I really do miss you a lot. I act happy, but I'm not. My nerves have been getting the best of me. Just wait on me. Please don't give up on me. And I have an offer for you. These initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got H, I, L, S, Y, B, N, L, M, E, I, D, T, and C. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you'd like a personal reading or your own personalized channeled love letter, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another video. Please take care and be well.